All right, guys, it's extremely cold in Texas. Well, it's cold for us, maybe not for other places, but it's 21. And so I've decided I wanted to do two things. One was freeze to death, and the second was to show you guys how to do what information is useful on a cold start. So this works out perfectly. We've been kind of tuning this car. We're on our E85 tune. So now is like kind of the best time of going about it. So first and foremost is that as a tuner, what I would want is definitely going to be, and this scales every ECU. It's not just access ports or anything like that, but just but ethanol content, the ambient temperature or the coolant and ambient temp are extremely important. As we know, that's 21 degrees, so it's stupid cold. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to start it up and see what we get. So there's a good chance that it's not going to fire up. So let's see what we got here. All right. So it started up, which is good. You know, you see a lot of videos where guys are like just cranking their cars and we get nothing out of it. So this one clearly just fired up and then it died. So let's try this one more time and see if it stays running. Okay, so what does that tell me? We know that our cranking fuel is good. So it cranks, it fires up, it starts up, obviously, but then it dies. So that means that there's two tables that are going to be involved. One is going to be the after start table, and the second one's going to possibly be warm up enrichment. I don't normally have to mess with after start on Subaru stuff, but the time that it takes, so you've got a table that's the after start table, and what that means is that literally after the car started for X amount of time, it's going to add X amount of fuel. And then once it does that, it will in turn start and then it'll stop, excuse me, and then it'll switch over to our warm-up enrichment table. So we're going to take a look at that in the software really quick and go from there. All right, so I've already made the changes. I made the changes to a couple different tables already. We're obviously flashing this back on. So once we flash this, we should we're going to test it, see what it does. Hopefully it gets better. Now, keep in mind here's the thing, especially with cold start tuning on E85, is that you may have cranked it up enough couple of times where it's totally fine, but you're going to have to check it again the next day. So sometimes it's not perfect because the fuel's already warmed up, but so just keep that in mind. All right, it's reflashed. If you guys are familiar with the access port, it's going to take a couple cranks before it even starts. I lied. It started right up. So as you can see, the changes that I made seems to really not have made any changes in starting. So we'll try that again, see. And it still dies the same. So that tells me that we still need to add a little bit more on our post start. But we're definitely getting there. All right, 27 degrees, first start of the day. Second start. I think we're good to go. Can't complain there. Let's get this show on the road.